Hello everyone, welcome back to the Drivers Room. We're in the Sunday League again today. We're in Season 6. This is round 7 of an 8-round season. This is Tier 1 and we're in the Audi e-tron Vision Gran Turismo one-make race. We're at the Fuji International Speedway short version, and we've got a Heroes and Villains livery race today. So we're going to start a grid walk on pole. We have F1. Starting on the Racing Super Softs, Black Panther livery going on there. He's third in the championship at the moment, but this being round 7 of 8, results will start getting dropped, and we'll try and have a look at the table after this race. In second place we have Smith. He's starting on the Racing Softs. He's first in the championship at the moment, sporting the Green Lantern livery. In third place we have Alex. He's starting on the Racing Super Softs. He's second in the championship at the moment with the Deadpool livery. As I say, the best 6 results getting counted for the season, so after this round results will start getting dropped, and the table will start to change shape a little bit. So in fourth place we've got Knee Jogger in the Iron Man livery. He's got Racing Softs on the front and Super Softs on the back. He's 5th in the championship at the moment. And in 5th place we have Chris in the Batman livery. He's starting on the Racing Super Softs, and he is 6th place in the championship at the moment. In 7th place we have myself, DJ Rice. No, we don't. We have in 6th place. Sorry, we have Drsl starting on the Racing Super Softs in another Deadpool livery. He's 4th in the championship at the moment. Going quite strong. And in 7th place we have myself, DJ Rice, in the Joker livery, sitting in 8th in the championship at the moment. And in 8th place we have Wilco, starting on the Racing Hards. So see what he does on the first stint of this race with the Iron Man livery on the go there. 12th in the championship at the moment, but we've had a few guys not competing as much this season. They'll probably be up for relegation at the end of it. Wilco having completed pretty much every round so far. So anyway, that's our grid walk for the day. Only 8 runners. I think a few people have been put off by this Audi VGT, but yeah, we'll see how we go. So here we are then, about to get underway at Fuji International Speedway. Got F1 on pole. We'll start on board, and it's Knee Jogger and Knee Jogger, Chris, and someone else seemed to have full started, so looks like Knee Jogger set off a few cars at the start there as we go into the first corner, and Smith completely under brakes himself and takes F1 out into the first corner. So just into this race, and we've got Smith waiting for F1 after that mistake. We'll just catch up with all this now. So we've got Alex in first, Wilco up into second, myself up into first, and Knee, Chris and Des, the 3 guys that full started, 4th, 5th and 6th. So let's take a look back at that start. So we jump on board with Wilconator from the back of the grid. Yeah, as we see Knee, Chris and Des. So it looks like Knee set everyone up. Brilliant start off the line from Wilco there. He was lucky not to hit the back of them guys. Yeah, he's just come down to the first corner. We see Smith just outbrake himself, sends F1 into a spin. Smith just recovering, waits for F1, and yeah, that promotes Wilco up into second place. Brilliant start there. Myself into third, so a little bit messy. It's got Knee Jogger, just Knee Jogger, Chris and Des getting back up to speed now after that full start, as is F1 and Smith at the back of the grid now. Alex just he's already got a sizable gap, so he's really capitalised on them mistakes at the start, moving himself up from third into first. So we'll see how Wilco gets on the hard tyre now. It's a perfect start. If he can retain some positions and go long in this first stint, it'll be in a good position. This Audi does eat tyres pretty badly. Takes a fair bit of getting used to this car. So I think it's looks like I have a little look up the inside of Wilco coming onto the main straight. I move myself up to second. It's Wilco down to third. So Nijogger's going to put the pressure on as well now. So has a little look into the first corner. Wilco goes really wide on those hard tyres. Looks like someone else has gone wide in the background there as well. Looks like everyone's had another incident. So Smith moves himself back up into 7th place. It's all getting very close together, 4th, 5th and 6th. So it looks like Wilco's dropped down to 6th place now. Those racing hards really struggling to keep up with these cars on the softer tyre. Nijogger's putting myself under pressure as well, only on lap 2. So that eventful start has really mixed up the grid now. Need to get on the back of Alex before he runs away with his race. So I'm a little bit wide. Just going to give Nijogger a chance coming out the last right-hander onto the main straight. Gets a good exit, tucks into the slipstream. Right on board with Nijogger coming down the main straight. Everyone getting up to speed now, going purple. Has a little look into the first corner, but it looks like I've gone really wide there, so he's going to be able to get the power down. Yeah, gets the move done, moves himself up into 2nd place. Himself, DJ Rice at the 3rd, going a little bit defensive. Just fending Chris off at the moment. I can have Batman putting the Joker under a bit of pressure. Bit of dust getting kicked up there. It looks like I run wide there, so it's Chris up into 3rd place. Chris, myself and Des are having a bit of a battle for the last podium spot at the moment as I run wide, and Drsl has a look. Sounds like someone went a little bit wide behind as well, but looks like I just about defended 4th place from Drsl. Wilco in 6th, but just jump on board with Drsl. He's in the slipstream coming down the main straight. Is he going to have a look? That looked like a friendly little bump draft there, just to keep up with the top guys at the moment. Still very early in the race, not even 5 minutes in this half an hour race. Let's have a little run through the grid. Got Alex in 1st place, really stretching his legs now. He's got a good few seconds gap back to Nijogger in 2nd place. He's got Chris very close behind, staying in contention in 3rd. Self in 4th, dropped back a little bit from Chris now. Drsl sticking to my slipstream in 5th. Everyone's moved himself up to 6th now, so it looks like he's overtaken Wilco somewhere on the track. Wilco drops down to 7th. So no tyre wear on them hards yet, but struggling to keep the pace up a little bit in the 1 minute 30s. We've got Smith down in 8th. Those racing softs wearing a little bit now, but yeah, so need a fair bit of practice in this car. It Yeah, the handling's a little bit different to most. Obviously fully electric 4-wheel drive, very heavy car, so under braking it's very easy for the back end to step out in the slower corners, I found. So we've got Knee Jogger in second place, Chris in third. Looks like I've closed the gap a little bit to Chris. Similar gap back to Drsl, so third, fourth and fifth still very close together. F1 in sixth, Wilco in seventh, Smith in eighth. So myself on the super softs there, starting to show quite a bit of wear, but really closed the gap to Chris now, so might have another little Batman and Joker battle as Chris runs wide. So yeah, get myself back up in the third. He's going to be under pressure from Drsl soon as well. Drsl gets a good exit out of this last right-hander onto the main straight. So yeah, third, fourth and fifth still very close together. So it looks like Alex has jumped in the pits, so that's going to promote Knee up into first. Yeah, so it's Knee Jogger up in the first, Alex still in the pits at the moment. So this battle of three cars, third, fourth and fifth, and Alex rejoins right in the middle of it. Looks like I've just got ahead. Chris might just stay ahead of Alex, but Alex is going to get a good run out of that corner, and I think he has. So yeah, Alex coming back out into third place after that early pit stop. Got Smith pitting at the back of the grid on the softs as well. So I'll just stay with Alex for a minute. Just not going to want to get held up too much. My tyres are wearing quite a bit, so all keep it all sensible at the moment, but yeah, there's an overtaking opportunity coming up and Alex makes the most of it. Tucks the car in nicely, moves himself up in second place. Himself in third. 8.5 minutes gone. First round of pit stops probably coming up. Like, is that Knee Jogger just pitting up ahead? Yeah, so Knee Jogger's in the pits. Looks like Chris is pitted as well. So promotes Alex back up in the first place. Myself, DJ Rice staying out with these long tyres. Still close enough to Alex at the moment to not warrant a pit. Drsl stays out as well, third place, and Knee Jogger rejoins in fourth. Looks like F1 just gets ahead of Chris. Moves himself up into fifth place. Wilco down in seventh. He's got himself into the 1 minute 29s, a couple of laps to go. Smith just having pitted a couple of laps ago, just getting back up to speed. There we go with Alex. He's already pulled a massive gap to myself in second. Reasonably comfortable gap to Drsl in third. So Knee Jogger in fourth. First of Bar and Alex, first of the front runners to pit. Alex having pitted very early, he's already got himself back up into the lead, so Alex in a really dominant position now as we come down the main straight. It looks like I'm heading to the pits. Drzl's following me behind. Knee Jogger just catching a bit of slipstream and staying out. So that's Knee Jogger back up into second, F1 into third now. Great recovery drive from F1. Chris into fourth. Myself and Drsl rejoining the race in fifth and sixth. Smith looks like he's got ahead of Wilco as well, so Smith up to 7, Wilco down at 8, still on those racing hards. It's consistent 1 minute 30s, but just not quick enough to stay with the softer compound at the moment. But still, third of the race gone, still a long way to go. Alex got a sizable gap now in first place. 1 minute 23, 1 minute, so 1 minute 25. I think the 123 was an outlap. So 125.1. He comes around the last right-hander. Really big gap to second place. Needs on the outside. Yeah. 1 minute 25s again. Needjoger in second, F1 in third. Just going forward with F1 for a moment. Needjoger's brakes really early. F1 closes that gap right up to Needjoger. Come back to these guys in a second, so Chris in fourth. Looks like Wilco's finally picking at the back, getting off of those hard tyres. Himself in fifth, Drsl S6, Smith in seventh. Wilco just rejoins the race on the racing mediums. Alex just extending that lead now. So Needjoger's going to be coming under pressure from F1 any time soon, so he's going to slow Needjoger down when he goes defensive. It's going to help Alex out even further, whereas that's Knee going a little bit wide. He's going to lose some momentum, but just about retain second place. F1 on a bit of a charge after those early instances. He goes wide himself, just looking for an angle to get by Needjoger. So his tyres wearing now, so he wants to get some lap times in before having to pit. So it's Alex in the pits, and Alex just rejoins the race. And oh, Needjoger's completely outbroke himself. F1's completely outbroke himself, and Alex still's first place. While he was on board with F1 down the main straight, Alex had another pit stop where he had such a gap. I think he was just Needjoger just got ahead of Alex coming out of the pits. Let's take a look back at that from another point of view. Yeah, so as we watched Needjoger just coming down the main straight, I hadn't realised Alex had pitted up ahead. So his tyre's still good. He's got himself up in the first place, and then you'll see Alex just pop out the pits any second. So yeah, he's alongside these guys now, and whether that's just put them off enough, and yeah, the pair of them, even Chris behind that lot of managed to mess up that first corner. So Alex comes back out into the race on the super soft, sorry, and retains first place. But F1 up into second. Obviously Needjoger's mistake was pretty bad, and he's dropped all the way down into 7th place now. So we've got Chris in third, myself in fourth, close behind him again. Des still close behind me in fifth, got Smith in sixth, and Needjoger in 7th place, so a massive mistake there. Potentially in first place at the end of that straight. If he just got his braking point right, he would have at least been side by side with Alex going into that first corner. But yeah, it's a shame. He's dropped right back to 7th. He's got Wilco in 8th, just picking up a penalty somewhere. So yeah, Alex in a position to extend that lead again. So F1's going to start feeling that tyre wear soon. Chris and myself just coming down the main straight. As F1 pits, so F1 gets off on warm tyres. We'll see where he rejoins the race, as yeah, it looks like Chris, myself and Des have all moved up a place. F1 rejoins the race in 5th place. Still good position considering the start of the race. Got knee job up to 6th as Smith just pitting. Comes back out on the racing softs. Wilco on the racing medium still. Rejoin Alex, miles ahead again, really extending that lead obviously. F1 was the closest man to him, having pitted, so we've got Chris in 2nd place now, on the slightly worn racing softs. And myself on the super softs, so slightly worn as well, but Des goes a little bit wide in the background there. Come through this final technical section, very difficult section. You can literally lose seconds in a couple of corners, and Chris just looks like he takes too much apex into that corner, and yeah, as I say, the back end loves to step out around slower corners, and if you're off the throttle basically. Yeah, so it's Chris down to 5th, myself up in the 2nd, Des into 3rd. So F1 makes the most of that, goes out in the 4th. Chris enters the pits from 5th, me enters the pits from 6th, so that's going to promote Smith back up into 5th. All sorts of different strategies playing out, so just past the halfway mark of this race. Still hard to tell how it's going to pan out. Chris and Knee-Job will rejoin the race in 6th and 7th respectively, both coming out on the super softs. So yeah, a mistake from Chris there, promoted myself, Drsl and F1 out of place, so making the most of that. So F1 on the fresh tyres now, he's really going to look to put some pressure on Drsl straight away. Come through this slow technical section. Not familiar with Fuji, I'm not going to pretend to know the corner names, unfortunately. Should have done the homework. But yeah, it looks like F1 is just going to hang back, go wider and get a better exit out of this last corner, I'd imagine. Yeah, comfortably gets the job done on Drsl, moves himself back up into 3rd place, so as I said before, great recovery drive. Looks like I'm staying out for another lap. 127.5 from myself, 125 flat from F1, so yeah, he's definitely going to want to get past very soon, as he has a little look into the first corner, and he's going to have much better traction coming out, and yeah, gets himself up in the 2nd, so slot himself back in. So the state of my tyres are not really worth fighting at this point of the race. Try and just keep a steady pace on, as guys seem to be making mistakes. So always positions to be made just from staying consistent. So we'll have a look with Alex now, 18 minutes gone. He could probably afford to pit again and still stay out, so he's in a very comfortable position at the moment, very consistent drive. Putting in some very quick lap times and clean air. Just comes onto the main straight, yeah, so he's going round again. F1 just coming out of the last turn. Tyres still looking good. Oh no, Alex did pit. So will F1 get the lead? We'll see. They look quite close. Alex, yeah, just like I said, he could afford a pit stop. So just about stays ahead of F1. But fresh tyres are going to make all the difference. I don't think F1's going to be in a position to overtake. And yeah, Alex gets straight on the pace. Like he's just about to break the slipstream, so he's done well there. Myself, extremely worn tyres, probably coming in at the end of this pit stop, same as Drsl behind. He's literally been in my mirrors this entire race so far. Smith up in the 5th. Racing soft, slightly warm. Chris's tyres looking better, obviously having pitted later. So these strategies are all over the place at the moment. I couldn't tell you how they're going to pan out. This knee jog is just sticking to Chris. These two guys are pretty much on the same strategy at the moment, so it's a legitimate fight for a track position. So looks like Drsl and myself getting full right back down the group now. Both come out the pits very close together. Looks like Drsl closed the gap a little bit before that pit stop. So I'll rejoin in 6th, Drsl rejoins in 7th. We'll go down in 8th. I was racing medium, starting to wear a little bit now. Alex in 1st place. F1 not that far behind, to be fair. He's stayed with the pace, so mid 1 minute 25s. Alex just coming round for his first proper lap before this. That 1 minute 22 must have been an out lap, a couple of seconds quicker. And CF1 with the 124.2, fastest lap of the race so far. So coming onto the main straight, probably about 2.5 seconds to F1 behind. Looks like F1 might be heading for a pit stop as well. So I think he's got enough of a gap to Smith in 3rd to stay out ahead. Smith might be thinking about pitting as well. As he dives into the pits last minute, Chris stays out. And F1 rejoins the race in 2nd place. So Chris in 3rd. Knee jogger up in 4th now, as he looks like he's got ahead of. Looks like he's made a move on me. Got himself up in the 4th place. Myself in 5th. Drsl still in 6th behind me. Rejoin F1 now, just coming out of the pit, fresh tyres, really looking to get the pace on now. Try and put Alex under a little bit of pressure. At least not give Alex a free pit stop. As he gets a couple of wheels on the grass, smashes into the side of the barrier, comes to a complete standstill. So this is, definitely, well, Chris is up in the 2nd, F1 just recovering. We've got knee jogger up in the 3rd, myself in the 4th. And he just rejoins in between myself and Drsl in 5th place. So a massive mistake from F1 there, just as he really needed to get some good times in and at least concrete that 2nd place behind Alex, as it's all bunching up now. So F1's got ahead of knee jogger. Looks like I've got a back ahead of knee jogger somewhere along the lines as well. So myself in 3rd place, tyres in pretty good condition, so might be in a position to defend a little bit. Just coming to the heavy braking point at turning 1. And just doing enough to stay ahead of F1 at the moment, but the guy's ridiculously quick, so I don't think this will last much longer. Come through that tricky left-hand hairpin. I'm not a massive fan of this track, mainly because I'm not that consistent around it. There's so many corners I lose chunks of time at every now and then. But having one of my better races today, just about keeping F1 behind at the moment, but I don't think this is going to last. Side by side, so F1's going to go wide again in the last corner and get a better exit. Slightly fresher tyres, better traction, gets the power down. So Alex makes another pit stop from first place. Chris looks like he's entering the pits from second. But yeah, Alex rejoins the race in first place. Obviously after F1 crashing, that gave Alex the opportunity to do that. We've got 5 minutes of this race left now, so Alex on fresh tyres for the last 5 minutes. Can't really see much changing at the top of the podium. So Alex has really stamped his authority today. So we've got F1 back up in the second place. He's sure he's still got the fastest lap of 1:24.2, and yeah, he's got himself into second place after quite a few events. Himself in third, Drsl in fourth, Smith up in the fifth. Also made a half decent recovery. Having a massive moment into turn 1, lap 1. Chris in 6th, Knee Jogger in 7th, Wilco in 8th, finally giving the super softs a run out. Alex got half of the main straight, the gap to F1. Looks like F1 has broken the slipstream to myself, so 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. About the same gaps. Chris not that far behind this pack in 6th. He's on the fresh racing softs as he goes a little bit wide and coming out turn 1. It's going to give Knee Jogger a bit of incentive to put the pressure on. As we rejoin with Smith looking like he's closed the gap to Drsl a little bit. Green Lantern chasing Deadpool down. It looks like Alex is Alex still very comfortable, just come out of the last corner. Smith takes a look up, this Des goes wide. Smith moves himself up in the 4th place. He's gonna feeling that tyre wear soon, but so is Des. Those tyres are really looking bad now, so he probably wasn't in a position to defend that. It's Chris on fresh tyres. Des runs wide again, and Chris moves himself up into 5th place. So Des losing a couple of places in a couple of corners there, so we've got Smith up into 4th. 2 minutes of this race left now. So we've got Alex up in the 1st, unless he does something incredibly silly or has a disconnect. I think he's got this race in the bag, so starting from 3rd place. Alex has done extremely well. He's dominated and made the most of other people's mistakes. Got F1 in 2nd. Obviously great recovery drive without those mistakes and without the incidents. It would have been a great battle between himself and Alex. Myself in 3rd, also someone who's just made the most of other people's errors today. I've had a reasonably clean race. Smith behind getting a little bit loose. The tyre's really suffering as Chris is going to have a little look. He's going to put him under a lot of pressure for this last minute of the race now. Round 7, Drsl coming to a close. Looks like Alex in 1st place on his last lap now. F1 in 2nd, myself in 3rd, Smith in 4th, Chris in 5th. Very close to Smith now on this last lap. Drsl down to 6th now, struggling on those tyres. Going to be under a bit of pressure from Knee Jogger soon. He's Still positions to play for on this very last lap of this half-an-hour race. As it looks like we've got third to fifth very close together. 6th and 7th not far behind, also in a bit of a battle. So it looks like Wilco in 8th place, just crossing the line to finish. First confirmation. I'll come back to these guys. I think I'm going to stay starting for the last technical section, but here's our race winner Alex coming over the line, take the checkered flag, customary spin, well deserved win. F1 in second, great recovery. Myself just doing enough to hold Smith off, but I looked a bit coming onto the main straight, so yeah, DJ Weiss myself third, Smith in fourth, and Chris in fifth, Drsl in sixth, and John in seventh.